So, what's the creepiest way you provide for your family? It dawned on me the other night that some of the things I do to get food for my family would actually be rather terrifying to many people. And it also seems I may not always be in the safest situation. A lot of times when people think about providing for their family, they're thinking about answering phone calls or sitting in front of a computer, maybe tucked away in a cubicle inside an office somewhere. They don't usually think about being waist deep in the flooded woods, out in the swamp, in the middle of the night, with their only light being a flashlight taped to their head. Surrounded by the sounds of the wild, miles away from anyone they know, out there in the wild world. But often, this is exactly where I find myself. If you've ever watched cryptozoology shows about strange creatures that may still exist out in the depths of the swamp or the wild of the woods, gives you extra reason for concern. Every noise you hear off in the bushes, or every swirl of the water next to you, makes you really think about where you're at. I know that there's young tender shoots of thorny vines that I can eat out here, but that's not the food I'm looking for my family. And sometimes the more you explore, the more concerned you get, wondering if the last person who may have been here didn't make it out alive. Well, may not have been a person, but some creatures definitely perished exactly where I stand now. The purpose of me being out here is to provide food for my family in one of the most savage ways that I know. It's hunting, technically called bow fishing, but to launch a sharp-tipped arrow through a fish from a powerful bow is pretty savage and pretty primal. When you finally get the opportunity, before the animal gets spooked, you've got to make sure your aim is true and fire your shot. In this case, it was a 10-pound common carp. Just from harvesting this fish alone, it'll provide my family with 3.5 pounds worth of meat. The hunt was successful, and while I may have headed out into an environment full of venomous snakes, wild animals, and all sorts of thorny, spiky plants, it was worth it for me. And this time, I was able to make it home, safe, to my family. So, what's the creepiest way that you've ever provided for your family?
Thank you for watching.